This Tempest Trials is themed after Thracia 776, and to complete it, you'll have to go through the Reinhardt on the final map, so I hope everyone's got their Reinhardt arena counters ready. Now before we start, I do want to point out that this is the first Tempest Trials Plus event, and if you missed the news from the last Fate channel, basically Tempest Trials has undergone a few changes, and that makes it even easier to play and obtain all those sweet rewards. The most important changes to take note of is that now all bonus units grant a 40% boost to your score. Stamina cost has also gone down, allowing you to get more runs in faster. For those who like to take their time with Tempest Trials, one really important thing to note is that Tempest Trials Plus is shorter than the usual Tempest Trials event. It now only lasts 10 days, however if you are concerned about time, know that they also made it so the rewards only cost half as many points. This means you will receive everything after getting to 50,000 points. Overall, everything changed is mostly good, and you should have an easier time getting all those rewards. Speaking of rewards, let's get right into it. Not considering all those shards and crystals I know you guys absolutely love, by getting to 50,000 points, you can earn yourself a total of 42 orbs, 11,000 feathers, and 80 sacred coins. You can also receive an earth blessing at 12,500 points, which is always nice. Our sacred seals this time are Seal Speed, Fortress Defense, and Drive Atk, which I'll discuss a little more in a bit. As for our unit reward this time, we'll be receiving Finn, and for those of you who haven't played Thracia 776 like me, he is a loyal knight to Leaf. You'll be able to earn a 4-star copy of him at 1,000 points and a 5-star copy of him at 15,000 points. The sacred seals this time are somewhat lackluster, but some are not completely bad. Seal Speed as a skill is annoying for 1v1 duels, but unfortunately most of the time you have to be worrying about multiple enemy engagements. There is definitely a good reason as to why pretty much no one runs this skill in the B slot, since things like Vantage are just way more useful. Maybe it can find some use in the sacred seal slot. Next is Fortress Defense, which can be cool for physical tanks who have an okay attack stat. Basically, Lucas is already one of the best users of the skill, and that's why he has it as an A skill. With Seth being dropped to the 3 to 4 star pool, you can get Fortress Defense A skill at 4 stars, and if you really want, you can stack both skills for a total of -6 attack, but a whopping +10 defense. Kind of a niche skill, but it's not completely terrible. Last is Drive Atk, which is one of the more simple, although effective, 3rd tier seal rewards. It's a simple attack buff for all allies within 2 spaces and stacks with other combat buffs and a field buff. This might be worth upgrading if you want to stack its buffing effects on units who already have Drive Atk in their kit. Tsunaki can potentially have 3 Drive Atk skills with her refined tome. Thracia has a huge +6 attack field buff for melee units and does have Drive Atk as her C skill as well. Marth and his Drive Spectrum Falchion upgrade may also like the Sacred Seal. Drive Atk isn't fancy like Heavy Blade or Defense Tactic, but its simplicity is what makes it effective. As a Tempest Trials reward unit, Finn isn't that bad. He has great stats in attack, speed, and defense for a Lance Cavalier, and his stat line does closely resemble Camus' or Camus's, who you can also get for free in his Grand Hero Battle rerun. While Finn doesn't have a distant counter lance, he does have a Brave Lance, and for Tempest Trials this is a great weapon. He can dish out good damage, and for comparison, he does tie for 2nd highest attack for Lance Cavaliers. His special skill is Miracle, which again, maybe not that bad for Tempest Trials farming if you bring a healer. Attack/defense 2 is simple, and it's 2 of his best stats already, so I see nothing bad about it really. Unfortunately, if you want to inherit it off of him, you need Finn at 5 stars. His last skill is Gold Cavalry, and this can be skill inherited in his 4-star form. For some reference, Mage Reinhardt also has this skill, but he only unlocks it at 5-star rarity. Camus is actually the other unit who has Gold Cavalry at 4 stars, so not really the cheapest horse Emblem team buff to get access to. Overall, Finn is a great reward unit for those of you without any of the other bonus units. Brave Lance is great, and with his good base attack, even 4-star Finn should be able to help you farm up extra points on the lower difficulty stages. In review, this is the very first Tempest Trials Plus, and all of its new changes should be in effect. Ideally, unless you only play Tempest Trials rewards toward the end of its cycle, this new shorter format should benefit everyone. As for the Sacred Seal rewards, I wouldn't say anything is worth getting super excited about. Fortress Defense can have its uses on certain units, and Drive Atk is good, but it's just a simple small attack buff. I'm not looking forward to more seal type skills being given to us, but it seems like those will continue to roll out in future events. I guess they just can't start giving out all the skills that are too good every time. As for Finn, I think he's a pretty sweet unit. For anyone without a Brave Lance Cavalier user, he can fill that role pretty well, although you might want to give him some other skills. I do want to point out that his stats are pretty good, and among the many Blue Lance Cavalier units, he ties for 2nd highest in attack, ties for 2nd highest in speed, and then ties for 3rd highest in defense. Brave Lance is good, but really Finn can put in work with other weapon types as well, and I would say is a pretty decent Lance unit. That's it for this video, and hopefully you guys can go ahead and get every reward. There's a new banner coming out very soon, and then there's the Golden Week celebration, which last year held our very first Hero Fest. So I would suggest you guys go get those orbs and then maybe wait a few days to see if there is a better banner for you. There is also a legendary hero summoning event that starts in May, so please keep that in mind as well. I guarantee you there are going to be some very good bait banners in the next week or so. Good luck farming the Tempest Trials, and I'll see you guys in the next video.